Hello and welcome to part 5, the penultimate part of my GTA San Andreas No Major Glitches beginner tutorial. Same principle as always. If you haven't seen the previous parts, I'd recommend checking them out just because we're going to talk about strategies that we might have already gone over, so I'm not going to fully explain them here because they will have already been explained in previous sections. But if you're just here for Las Venturas, that's fine. I'll give you a brief overview as we go. It's a pretty easy segment. It's not too long. It should take you about an hour or so as a beginner. So yeah, let's get into it. So where we last left off, we were finishing flight school, and now we're just going to load in. I'm going to start the timer, skip through my splits, the usual, so you can see which missions we're doing in which order. There we go. So we're going to do two technically desert missions first, but they're in the LV segment because they're, we have unlocked Las Venturas and their missions. I'm going to answer this call. Did it later. We might as well do it now. I'm going to start NOE, which is the first of the two missions. The reason why we do these now is because they're convenient, and just because the second mission, Stowaway, is going to take us to Las Venturas, so. Or pretty close to it, so nice and convenient. So here you can take off towards the south here straight away. Just make sure that you pull up enough so you don't hit the corpses of the aeroplanes. And also watch Area 69, which is to my left, to the east. If you fly over it, then they will shoot you down with their anti-air missiles, so keep that in mind. And as you can hear Torino yelling at me, we're going to make sure we keep our visibility bar as low as possible, because if we fly too high to the ground and it goes all the way to the top, they will send a Hydra afterwards to shoot us down, which is not ideal. We don't want to do that. It is technically possible to beat the mission with the Hydra coming after us, but why take that risk when we can just fly nice and low? So for now, we're heading straight south, and as soon as we see this cliff on the horizon, we're going to head towards the west of it. So we're going to take a little detour and head towards those trees instead. The important thing to remember about this mission is that sometimes you can hit trees that haven't spawned in yet, because San Andreas on PC is terrible with how it, streams data, basically. So you can just be flying along and you can just hit the collision of a tree that's there, but you can't actually see it. So just be very careful. Fly through the bits that you can see, like all of this. You can see the trees loaded in nice and easy. And then hit the Corona, do a straight 180, and we're going back exactly the way that we came. Back through the airport and through past Area 69. So once you got the route down, it really isn't too bad. So here, the other thing that's worth mentioning is you can do a minor dialogue skip, where if you get out of the plane right as you hit the ground and Torino starts speaking, you can buffer the input and it will actually allow you to skip his dialogue line. But if you bail out too early, you'll launch the plane away, and it's a very minor thing anyway. So for all intents and purposes, as a beginner, just land and just listen to it. And then we'll immediately start the next mission, which is Stowaway. So with Stowaway, you can just mash lean forward. Make sure you're on low FPS, because otherwise the plane will leave you in the dust. But apart from that, you can just go straight up here. Grab your AK and immediately start sliding. And we're going to aim at this guy, and we're going to shoot him once in the head. Just like this. If you shoot him anywhere else and don't kill him immediately with that one bullet, you'll blow yourself up in the plane, and fail the mission and die. So just keep that in mind. Grab his parachute and just come out here. And just as you're about to leave, just shoot once to skip the whole bit where you plant the satchel charge. And then you'll be out. Very quick way to do that mission, but it is tricky and it's very easy to mess up. So once you're out and you start free falling, just start heading east as far as you can go. We're going to head towards Las Venturas, as we mentioned before. But yeah, the important bit is that the reason why you aim your gun at that guy is to make him put his hands up, because then he stands still for a few seconds, which allows you to get that easy headshot. If you were to just try and like shoot him straight away, he would start moving. And if you miss, you immediately fail the mission and die inside the plane. So, gotta be very careful with that. So once we're down here, Las Venturas is right here, so very convenient. We're gonna get out. We're gonna pull our parachute. And the car that we get here doesn't really matter because we're not driving too far. But obviously if you can get a bike, that's ideal. And the next best thing is a taxi. See if we can get one to showcase. Bike is also fine. But the reason why a taxi is so good is you can start taxi and hold the button. And then when we get to this little cutscene, you can actually let go of taxi and it will cancel the cutscene. But it's only a very minor time save, so don't worry too much about it. I'm going to get off and answer the call as well. You will have already taken this call before NOE, but I had to switch to a different save, which didn't have the call taken. So there we go. Now we're back to normal. So once you're here with either your bike or your taxi or whatever, we're just heading towards the Four Dragons Casino. Try and not get absolutely destroyed by traffic. The LV like highways are very dangerous. They drive extremely fast and recklessly. So just keep that in mind. As you can see, everyone's crashing into each other because the highway traffic is just full of psychos. So just keep that in mind. We're just going to head all the way east. And once we get near Four Dragons, we'll get that cutscene that I mentioned. So if you have a taxi, activate it and hold it here. And then you would let go here and you would gain control very quickly. But as you can see, it's 5 seconds. Doesn't really make a difference. And you'll save that 5 seconds by having a bike anyway. So if you're like a streamer or something and you're learning this, something to bear in mind is that as soon as you go into this casino and the other casino that we're going to be doing missions for later, it'll immediately blast DMCA music. So you can like set up a hotkey or something to make it easier to, you know, cancel this. But what I just do, because I don't take San Andreas like super seriously, is I just go in and I just tab out like this, mute the game, and then go back in. Obviously, if you were taking this like super seriously and you didn't want to lose like any seconds, then yeah, I would just recommend putting like a game mute hotkey or a desktop audio mute hotkey on OBS or something. But yeah, either way, don't want the DMCA music blasting out your VODs. But as soon as you're done, you can unmute the game if you haven't already. And we'll start with Fender Ketchup. So this mission's nice and easy. All we've got to do is scare this guy, basically. There's a really easy way to do it. If you do a handbrake turn to the left like this, it actually increments the meter. For some reason, it only does it to the left. If you need health, you can actually grab armor here. I've got full armor on this save, but you can grab an armor thing here if you need it. It's really convenient. You can grab it like any time while we're around this casino and it'll be convenient. But yeah, we're just going to do a lap around the Four Dragons, and we're just going to do this every couple of seconds. We're going to build up speed, then we're going to do a handbrake turn, and so on and so forth. As I say, it only works turning to the left. I don't know why, but here we go. And you just do this and just build up the scare meter. And then the idea is that you'll build up the scare meter when we get all the way back, and then we'll be right at the marker, because the marker is right around this corner here. Just be careful that you don't crash into anyone like head-on collisions, because you can kill the guy that we're trying to scare. So there we go. Just go in and do one more here, because the last one didn't count. There we go. And then the marker's right here. Nice and easy mission. Next up, we're doing Explosive Situation, which is also inside the 4 dragons. So same thing, I'll mute the game as we start the mission. You can save the game if you want for safety, but it's, I meant to jump over the marker there, but it's not necessary. But obviously the game can be quite crash prone, so. There is a time of day check for a later mission, but it's also at the airstrip, and as you know, there is a save point right next to the airstrip, so it's not a big... The time of day doesn't matter too much, it's not a big deal. So Explosive Situation, we're just going to try and look for a car here. You can still use your replay here, that we talked about before, this one, which has the fast cars in it, and you can use that to try and get... You see I got a Sultan here, which is very nice. Sultans are good and fast. Because Las Venturas still has a lot of sports cars that are possible to spawn here. So you can easily get like a ZR, a Sultan, LG kind of thing. Easily get them to spawn in. Buffaloes as well, I think spawn in LV, they might not, but I don't remember. But the point is that the level of traffic is very, you know, like rich sports car focused. So you can easily get some good vehicles there if you use your replay. Just be careful that you don't use the replays inside the casinos. Do not do that because your game will crash. San Andreas is very volatile when it comes to replay usage. And if you do it inside a casino, you will just crash the game. Like, I'm pretty sure 100% of the time. Either way, once you got your vehicle, going over here, and hit this marker here. And it will respawn you and your car in a nice convenient location. And then we're just going to send it right off because it needs to go and pick up that dumper over there, or dump truck. Quickest way down is just send it all the way down. Even if you lose your car or whatever, it doesn't matter because we don't need it anymore. This is our new vehicle of choice. And we're just going to run over all 4 of the boxes, pick up the dynamite. You have a 2-minute timer here, but it is not strict at all. You can remove that timer if you want to. There is a guy there on the platform that has like the detonation charges. If you kill him, it actually removes the timer. It's like a fun little, cool little mission detail that a lot of people don't know about. So if you are concerned about time, you can just kill them, and you'll, as say, you can't detonate anything if there's nobody to detonate it, right? So this guy with the forklift, he makes an explosion sound when you run over the crate. I don't know why. But just bear in mind, just be careful because he can explode when you hit him. So, just, CJ, what the fuck are you doing? The cutscene will put me out in a second. Oh, there we go. Don't know what CJ was doing there. But once you get the final thing, just run towards the bike. It's just in the middle here. And this is kind of tricky to do. So I'm going to show you how to do it as like a quick little escape route. And then I'll also show you a much easier but slightly slower way. Just in case you do this a couple of times and you're like, fuck this is too annoying. So we're going to head up the south wall here. And the reason why this is quick is because not only both ways you skip having to do the whole like platforming thing with the bike to get out, but this way you also keep the Sanchez, which is nice. So here you line up like, I'll show you again. I was going to just do it and then I was like, wait, I need to actually show you how to do it because I'm a terrible teacher. So that little seam that I went across, what you can do is you can like slowly lower yourself onto it and then hold W and A to accelerate up, and you can actually scale up this cliff. But you need the right amount of speed and you need the right angle as well, as you can see, because if you go like too far right, you'll fall off. If you go too far left, you go too steep and you'll fall off anyway because you'll lose momentum. So just go across here and then head left, as you can see, and you can just scale up nice and easy. That is difficult. I made it look a bit easier than it is. Even I failed that like a million times. So once you're there, you can just jump over this little section here onto the road and then head all the way east, and you'll see the end marker once you're out. But I'm going to fling myself back in deliberately so I can show you the other way. So if we go all the way back down, and let's assume that you didn't want to do that strategy because it's too tricky. Grab the bike here. There's actually another one that they've lifted for us. How lovely. And instead of going on the south side, we're going to go out the north way, basically the way we came. But they have blocked off the entrance. So in theory, we can't get out. But obviously, this is San Andreas. We absolutely can. It's kind of difficult to see where the hell the thing is. The entrance is in the snowstorm. I haven't done this in a while. Sorry, the sandstorm. Pretty sure it's up this way. Yeah, this looks right. Yes, it is. So there's a bunch of people guarding it there, as you can see, with like a roadblock. But you've got rockets. You can just shoot a rocket at them, and kill them all. I think that killed the other dude. Yeah, I think we're fine. Yep. So they have shotguns, so just be careful. And then this is why you lose the bike. Oh, one of the shotgun guys is still alive. I'm surprised he shot me from that angle, but whatever. He's not shooting me anymore. So all that you do is you stand up at like next to the fence here, and then you jump diagonally northwest, and you can actually grab the railing and use that to jump over. And then you can just grab a van and leave the same way. But obviously the difference is that you won't have a bike to do this next section. So, but I'll assume you do it the bike way. So I'll go and redo that little bit over there. Hopefully not take too much damage from these shotgun guys. Ow. But yeah, so I'll see you in just a second once I've got back over there. I won't make you watch me do that strat again, as you've already seen it. Nice, I just did it both first try. I don't think I've ever done it twice in a row first try. That trick is too annoying. Yeah, as you can see, here, once you do the bike strategy, you'll get the tail to the end marker here regardless, so you just go all the way to the east. And then just drive into the marker. Just be sure to not run over the guy here, because you might fail the mission. I'm not sure. I've never done it, but just be careful. Because there is a car parked and a bunch of trees and stuff. So, once you're done, get on the bike. Let's go. We go here. We don't go onto that bit of the highway. We're going this way instead. Stay off the highway. Don't want to get absolutely clobbered. I'm just going to head across here. Head all the way east, just the same way that we did from Stowaway. So again here, if you did get pieced up on an explosive situation like I did, which is unlikely, but did tank a few shotguns. No worries. Grab the armor. And then we can start. You have those ships, exactly the same place as before. Keep the bike, you're going to want it. Don't worry about the calls, we'll take those later. Game. In, start the mission. Also, the reason why I'm jumping and running across like a specific route here is because if you don't do what I'm doing, you're not able to sprint. You can only sprint on staircases and in like very particular places. I don't know why, it's just the way the game is. You can't sprint in interiors. But you can in certain places. I have no idea why. Alright, hello. Sorry about the weird cut here. For some reason, I just got done recording the entire LV segment. But when I went back to watch it back, the video like dies halfway through this mission and then comes back again at the end of it. I have no idea why. So the rest of the footage is going to be normal, but this, I don't have a recording of it anymore. The only difference is I've loaded a save for the mission, which means I don't have the bike from the previous mission. So this will be a lot more difficult for me than it is for you, because I'm going to have the accuracy bug. But it doesn't really matter for the sake of demonstration. I've got a decently fast car. The only thing that, as I say, that's different is you'll have a bike, which means you'll be a little bit faster towards the destinations, and it'll be a bit easier for you. But obviously, if you don't have a bike for whatever reason, you can do what I'm doing here with the car and take this route. If you can find one, I would recommend switching to a bike, you know, even like the cop bike here or the BF, or there's even like, you know, probably fixed spawns around that I can't really think of off the top of my head, but I'm sure you could maybe Google one and find one, just to make things easier, because this mission is a little bit tricky, and having, you know, higher accuracy really, you know, there's no point in adding like unnecessary complications to it. But as you can see, there's so many bikes on the highway, like I'm sure you can get one, but I'm just gonna do it with the car because I'm confident in my ability. So we're gonna be heading all the way up north here past the burger shop. We're just gonna go and cut through here, smash through this railing. We'll be coming here several times because there's a bunch of different missions in this little northwestern area. We'll pull a 180 here because we're gonna be going back in a few moments. And then this is a little segment that we should all do sort of in one go. So I'd recommend watching this and sort of, you know, getting an idea of it before you do it. What we do is you shoot the rocket in here to trigger the next segment. Turn around, shoot this, shoot here to kill this guy, shoot here to kill this guy, shoot the roof here to kill this dude, wait a few seconds, then shoot again because you see another guy comes up, and that guy has a Spaz 12 shotgun, as you can see there. He will absolutely annihilate you, so be very careful, especially if you have bugged accuracy, okay? So I'm going to take this a little safe. You don't have to kill these guys if you're doing this normally and you're familiar with what you're doing, but I'm going to kill them purely because I'm going to explain how this mission works, so you don't want these guys to shoot me dead while I'm doing it. So, the way this mission works and what makes it difficult is once you blow up all of these things, you're going to walk outside and there's going to be a guy with a Spaz 12 waiting for you on top of this little shipping container. But what we can do is we can skip his spawn, and the way it works is he is set to spawn in the code once the number of machines reaches 3 destroyed. But what we can do is we can destroy like 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 at the same time, and it skips, you know, goes straight from 2 to 4, so that the game never thinks that it's 3, and they never spawn him. So that's the idea. So what I would do is, if I was doing this like normally in like a PB attempt, I wouldn't kill those guys. I would just walk in, and I would go here, and I would go let me stand here, just to make sure I'm doing it right. And what I would do, another thing to keep an eye on is just make sure that you don't shoot these boxes. The hitboxes are a bit bigger than you think they are, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, I would run in, I'd go here, and I'd go 1, 2, and then I would shoot these 2 at the same time. So 3 and 4. There you go. 5 and 6. I missed that one. 6. 7, 8, and then 9 again. Watch for the boxes. Then you can run out. There'll be a guy in an Admiral here, but he's not really a threat. And as you see, there's no guy with a Spaz 12 looking to absolutely destroy you and everybody that you've ever loved, which is great. So now you can leave, and we're going to head exactly the way that we came. And yeah, that's pretty much the mission done. Watch out for the highway traffic. They can be very quick, especially on the turns. See, it's very chaotic. Lots of cars going at very quick speeds, but you get used to like where they're going to turn. You can get a feeling for it eventually. Yeah, once you get to this next segment, you can pull in here, cut through, save you having to go around, and then you can enjoy one of the best dialogue lines in this game.
Tell Woozie we'll be getting no more trouble with them counterfeit chips.
Next up is Don Quixote. The marker actually is outside for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it is. It's not inside the casino. So right here. So you can save if you want to, but again, it's not usually necessary. The bike doesn't matter because we need to get a 4-door vehicle, and ideally we want a fast one. So again, here you can play the replay to try and get a Sultan. Sultan is best case scenario. Something like an Admiral is also really good. A Sunrise is fine. A cop car, an LV cop car is also a good choice because, you know, these things are pretty fast. But just basically find like any decent 4-door car that you can use. And then we're going to take the Southern Road like we did for You've Had Your Chips, and we're just going to follow it all the way. And we're basically going all the way past the airstrip into the desert again. Unfortunate. Maybe in hindsight, LV cop car isn't as good because of the fact that you get 2 stars, but it's whatever. Who cares? Yeah, we can cut through here instead of heading straight north, and we're just going to basically cut through all of the roads. We're going to head here up north, and then we're going to cut through eventually to the west onto another road, but we're not going to do it just yet. There's a more convenient place to do it. Jesus Christ, cars. Yeah, we're gonna cut through here. The cops are being a real fucking pain, but here's what it is. Then we're gonna cut through this like little what is it, like little village on the outskirts or whatever. Gonna head this way. And then once again, we're going to cut through to the west again onto the next road. This is a little bit like bumpy of a hill, so just be careful that you don't flip going over it. It's quite easy to do. Head to the west, follow the road all the way around. Do this. Every single cop has just been in like the worst possible place to just keep fucking parking in front of me and making me fling off course. Get a Sultan. Makes this mission so much easier. Get a Sultan if you can. Sultans are great. Either way, once you get to here, as long as you have a decently fast vehicle, you can scale up this little section. If you have like a shit vehicle, like a taxi that might not make it, you can just go up this path like this cop is. But this is the part where you need a 4-door vehicle, so. I'm gonna go and pick up Paul and Maka. Car with us. Need to find a vehicle with at least 2 passenger seats. Yep, no worries. Got it right here. The cops are pushing me into Paul. Oh my god. This is just pure chaos. Pure chaos, okay. You can jump right off the cliff here, but I wouldn't recommend it as a beginner. Instead, I recommend just doing this and then jumping off here instead. It's a lot less of a drop. A lot easier to, you know, not flip and blow up.
I remember snakes. Lots of snakes.
It's a snake farm not too far from here. We can go check it out.
Head to the snake farm. Here you have 2 options. You can kill the people at the snake farm, or you can just leave. Leaving might seem like the faster option, but it isn't, because you have to kill these guys eventually anyway. So even if you don't kill them now, you're going to have to kill them when you get back to the casino. So it's much better to just shoot a rocket now and kill them all, and then we can escape. Okay, good, these guys are getting in. Sometimes they can be a bit annoying. And now we're just heading to Caligula's, which is the second casino. They popped my fucking tire. This is like the unluckiest drive I've ever seen, getting a cop car here. Look at this shit. Popped back tire as well, just to add insult to injury. Yeah, I'll do my best here to actually try and do this route with a popped back tire. So we're going back the way we came. We're going straight across here. We're going to cut through again. But then instead of once we cut through heading south, we're going to head east into main LV anyway. I just can't stop spinning out because of my back tire being popped. I've never had a popped tire here as a result of the cops. Just classic, the one time you want to show a route and do it well, you get absolutely screwed. Is what it is. Cut across here. Head across the bridge and then we're pretty much there. But you don't have to go across the bridge because we're heading like a bit north anyway, because this is the airport. So let's cut through this bit. Here you want to go south. Around the airport. And then here, once you go east, you're literally in a straight line to Caligula's, so you can go across the bridge. You're right here. Caligula's is right in front of you. So you would use this vehicle that you just got for intensive care as well, which is the next mission. I'm gonna try and see if I can get anything better without a pop tire, because this is very annoying to have to deal with.
Come on then. Let's go in and see Rosie.
Yeah, either way, here, if you didn't kill the guys at the Snake Ranch, you would have to kill them here anyway, so we're just waiting for a phone call here. Now, usually you'd use this opportunity to just like repark the car to make it face the right direction, and this is perfect.
You have a bad week, huh?
Yeah, you would use it to make them face the other way and then just wait for the call, answer it, and immediately head in, but I'm going to switch to the ZR because I don't want to have to deal with a pop tire for this next mission.
You could at least introduce yourself.
Sorry, lady. So usually just head back inside. I will do it in just a second. I'll repark my car like this. And then again, copyrighted music when you go into the casino. San Andreas classic, so I'm going to mute it while we start the mission. Here you can sprint in the interior. Again, San Andreas just being extremely inconsistent for no reason. You can sprint all the way in, start the mission. Again, do not play replays inside there. You will get absolutely destroyed. Use your car that you had before, whether it be like the Sultan or the cop car or whatever. Now we're just going to go ahead and drive to the hospital. So this mission is like the GTA Classic. 3 vehicles, and it's always like the last one you check, but it works a little differently here. So the way it works is that there's going to be 3 ambulances that we need to try and see where Johnny is. And it's never the first one. Also, you can skip this cutscene only when you start getting dialogue, so you can just like keep skipping it and eventually it'll skip. Yeah, so we're going to head this way to the first one. It's never the first one, but then it's actually random whether it's the second one or the third one. But there is a way to know to avoid going to both. So when you do the first one, the second and third will be alerted, and the correct one will stop, and it won't move. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to ram into this first ambulance. Usually it's on this other road, but it can be here sometimes. And now the easiest way to do it as a beginner is you can check here and just basically either make a mental note or put a marker on one of them and just basically see when you start driving south, because they're both south, which of them moves. And the one that moves is the incorrect one. So all that I usually do is I head onto the main strip road. And I believe the one on the east has moved. It has. As you see, it's moved away from the marker that I originally put. So this is the correct one. So I'm going to go to this one. You can just sort of eyeball it and make a, judgment call. But if you're a beginner and you're not super used to the way that the ambulance is moved, that's the easy way to do it, I think. Head here. And either way, once you get to the correct ambulance, you don't want to, like, alert them too quickly. But the way you alert them is by, like, actually damaging them. So you can walk right up to the window and aim and just shoot both of the guys out like this, and then easy, steal the ambulance right away. And then obviously the route here depends on where you are relative to the location, but the idea is the same. You want to get onto like the same route, either going west up to where we were, because the place, our end location, is like almost exactly where You've Had Your Chips was. So you can take the eastern route, which is what I'm doing here, which you did on the way back from You've Had Your Chips. What mission was it? On the way back from Don Quixote, that is. You can do it on Chips too, but I didn't show you it, so I wouldn't expect you to know it. But yeah, this is literally just reverse Don Quixote route, but then instead of going this way, we're going north, and we're going to cut across, just like we did in You've Had Your Chips, this fence over here. Obviously, yeah, the route kind of depends on where the ambulance is. Either way, you want to be heading this direction, and then this is the facility where You've Had Your Chips took place, and this is the destination. They used, very good parts of the map, just basically the same thing twice.
Hey, Johnny, how you feeling?
I didn't think he was gonna be discharged till tomorrow.
So I'm going to try something different here. I've never actually tried this, but I'm going to try death warping because I saw it in a video. CJ? Okay. Somehow he survived that. And this should take us to the LV hospital. I never did this before, but yeah, this does work. Okay. So yeah, I would recommend doing this. It's free. We still have our weapons because we obviously dated Katie, so we get to keep them. And we just spawn closer to the next mission. So that makes perfect sense in my head. But I never did it in runs. I don't know how new of a strategy that is. But I saw it in a video and I was like, oh, that's smart. I should use that for my guide because it makes sense to do it. So yeah, literally we're right here next to the Caligulas. And as I say, we don't lose our weapons or anything. So death warping is the way to go. Try and get a nice... use your replays to get a nice car. I got a ZR, which is lucky. You might not always get something that good, but it is what it is. Again, going to tab out, mute the music. Just so you know, you can watch this video and it's not blocked worldwide. All right. Unmute. And now we don't need a four-door car, we just need one for us and Ken, so a ZR will be just fine. And now we're heading right back the way we came, to where we just finished the last mission.
Okay, boss man, where to?
I gotta get out of this game. Shit, my nose is
You a
pissing like
professional,
a race.
I suppose the only downside, now I think about it, to the Death Warp here, is that you don't have armor for this mission.
So you trying to
But
get out?
there is armor that spawns inside the mission, so if you want to be super duper safe, you can not Death Warp, but I think it's a no-brainer, personally. This mission isn't that dangerous, and I'll show you how to do it well.
I'll see what I can do.
Nice police chase there with a little tug.
That bullshit. Ah, shit's all down my damn shirt and everything. It's my best shirt too. Doesn't this shirt look good on me?
Head through here, exactly the same as before. And then there's going to be a big combat section, but that's what these rockets are for that we stalled out during interdiction to grab right at the end, so we can use them for this mission.
Okay, let's get this over with. I'm the boss. I am the
But
boss.
inside,
Boss, I am the boss.
pre-equip the rocket launcher. Skip the cutscene, we're going to start getting like assaulted immediately.
They started a
Can shoot, these guys have melee weapons and go after Ken. I'm going to shoot another one because a bunch more people walk in as well. And then shoot here. Just be careful that you don't blow yourself up, basically. That's all there is to say here. And then you want to make sure that you jump over. I set myself on fire because I jumped a little bit too late, but that's fine. The only inconvenience is that you can't shoot rockets while you're on fire, but there we go. But you want to jump over quickly like I did, because as you heard there, Ken was actually taking out the flames with the fire extinguisher. And if you try and jump over while he's using his fire extinguisher there, you'll actually get like stun locked by Ken, which is really bad. So this is where the armor is. You want to make sure that you've cleared out the room first, because otherwise, if you and Ken are inside here, then an enemy can actually come and shut this thing behind you, and you both get trapped inside and die. If only Ken gets trapped inside, you can actually lock him, you know, unlock him, but if you get trapped inside, it's over. So just keep that in mind if you want to get that armor. But it's safe as long as you clear out the room first. So here, just go here and just take all these guys out. Very easy to hit with rockets. You don't really have to be particularly accurate. Again, just make sure that you don't blow yourself up. Use the AK here and slide. There's a couple more guys here. You can use rockets to take them out, but I like to just slide around and pre-fire them. There's a guy up there as well. There we go. All dead.
Give me that.
Slide through again. Doesn't matter where you parked outside, because the game will like reset your vehicle to be here. Get in, and now we just drive back. The only other important thing to mention on this drive back is that some odd reason, this doesn't usually happen, but it does on this particular bit here at the end of this mission. If you drive into the marker, your vehicle will despawn. No matter what it is, no matter where it is, you hit the marker, it just despawns immediately right in front of you. So if you have a good car like this, what I would recommend doing is switching to a bad car right outside the marker, and then use that to despawn, you know, that shit vehicle will be despawned. And then I will be able to keep the ZR, or my other fast vehicle that you might hypothetically have in your scenario, and you can use that for the next little segment. It's not a big deal, because we're not going to be doing a ton of driving before we go to the next missions, but yeah, it's just a little thing that you can keep in mind. So here, like, perfect, switch to this thing. The bike is even better, but whatever. Sometimes you just gotta take what you can get, you know? So we'll switch to this. The bike still might be there, in which case I'll take one, but we'll go here. As you see, the blue car just completely despawns, and the ZR is here that we can use. It's very nice. The worst case scenario, just walk out and get another car anyway. We're not going particularly far, so it doesn't make a difference. So yeah, we're just driving straight south, and we're going to go and do Fish in a Barrel. This is a cutscene mission, so it's extremely trivial. There's literally nothing to it. If you have low health from before, you can just save the game right here. Get a nice little health top up. Once again, I'm going to mute the sound, because, you know, lol DMCA. Go. That's that mission done. One of the easiest ones you'll ever do. Now we're going to go head up north and do Mad Dog, which is right up north here. And this is the only bit of driving you'll be doing with this fast car, so it's like just doing up one street, up another street. Not a super long drive, so if you don't have a mega fast car, not a big deal. Answer this call. Gonna need that for later, because that's for free fall. That call unlocks, and we're gonna be doing that after this mission. So I want to make sure we take the call so we have it available. Shoot this guy. Unnecessary, but whatever. Fuck him. It's just so he doesn't steal the Walton back. That's the only reason I do it. And then we're gonna go and this guy just dives in my way for no reason. So here we're gonna need to catch Mad Dog, but we're gonna be heading west afterwards. So while we're waiting for him to stumble back and forth, we're gonna face west deliberately rather than facing the wrong way, and then just line up exactly the same as what you did before with like the texture on the ground. Just line up with him. Sometimes when he jumps off, he can land perfectly into the boxes, and you can just fail the mission anyway, because this mission's crap, and this game's bad. But, oh, yep, there you go. Literally as I said it. Wow, that's crazy that I called it. Yeah, he lands perfectly in the boxes, and you see that he has like a bit of health left, which is what's supposed to happen. And then as the next objective happens, he just dies for no reason. And that is a rare thing. You won't see that very often. But it is hilarious that, as I said it can happen, it happened to me. Yeah. So if that happens to you, just know that you got unlucky. There's nothing you can do about it. Just redo the mission. Welcome to San Andreas speedrunning. Missions can just fail for no reason at any time. There's nothing you can do to stop it. So, did the exact same thing again. This guy's falling over. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Get the hell out of the way.
This is the end. I'm out.
See if the mission will work this time. Yep, absolutely fine. See, I did the exact same thing 2 times in a row. First time I failed, second time I passed. Makes no difference. You still need to be careful. The mission isn't over yet. Once you've got Mad Dog in and he's functional and not bugged out and dying, then still make sure that you don't crash, because if you crash, you'll kill him. So just take this route and be careful. We drive onto the highway and we're going to cut through a little bit here. And as soon as we cut through to the east, we'll be right at the end. Be careful with the highway traffic, as I say, you can hit them very easily. The only collision we're going to intentionally do is through this fence, but usually it'll only do a little bit of its health, as long as you don't hit it too hard. And that's mission done. Now we need to head to do free fall. This isn't super convenient, but there isn't really a better time to do it. So we're near Caligula's now, so it makes sense to just take the Walton and drive back, even though it's kind of slow. But we need to do this mission at some point, because the next couple of missions we're going to be doing are all in northern LV, towards like the desert airstrip and stuff. We need to do the rest of those missions. So it doesn't make sense to do this at any other time, and we've only unlocked it now, so this is like the only time that you can do this mission realistically in this route. So once again, same idea. Just gonna shoot the thing here. Whenever I stream and do this, people are like, oh my god, did the game crash? No, just tabbing out. Tab back in. Go. Vision gives you an FCR for some reason. I don't know why, but I appreciate it. Nice, consistent, fast vehicle right at the start of the mission is very nice and will always be welcomed with open arms by yours truly. Could across here. Can go over the little barrier around it. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go and grab the Dodo over here. If you need armor, there is some in the back southwestern part of the hangar, which I'll show you. It's right there, but I have full health, so I'm not going to grab it. Instead, we're just going to fly directly north. This mission is very boring and bad, so skip ahead if you want to. But the only important thing to remember is that we need to intercept another plane, and we need to be facing the same direction that it's facing, but it's flying south, which is the opposite. So at some point when we get near it, we're just going to do a 180 and then catch up to it and hit the marker. But it's not particularly difficult at all, but you can just skip forward to when I start doing it if you don't want to hear me hold W for the next 2 minutes. I like to do it early, the turn, because it's actually like easier to slow down to hit the marker than it is to speed up, as you saw there, because the plane is actually like pretty much as fast as you are, so just keep that in mind. But here you just hold right click to like sort of get into here, and then just hold left click and kill all these guys. There's nothing to it. I don't know why this exists at all. The turret mode section. There's a boss fight here that's really difficult. What you have to do is you have to hold left click. He literally spawns in your crosshair and you just hold left click and kill him. It's a joke. And now we're flying back, but at least we have a slightly faster vehicle, so it's not as bad. Once you've finished up the mission, we're going to take our plane and we're going to fly straight north, so head the other way. I'm going to go and do misappropriation. Here you can park up the Shamel, which is the plane that we're flying, and use it for this mission, which is a bit faster. But it requires like a bit of a tricky setup, so what I would recommend doing is just ditching it and just going here and starting the mission. And then we can take another plane. You'll always get like decently fast cars here. I would have got that the bike, but he's going right next to the plane that's about to explode, so I'm just going to take the Banshee instead and go the other way. So if you don't block up the path, you can also go the west side here, but I'm just going to go this way. It's pretty much the same. The other way just looked like death to me, basically. But either way, just grab whatever car's around. You can use your replay again if you want to. And head towards the airstrip, because then we can use the Rustler, which is the other plane that we use for like flight school and stuff. And we can use that to do the trick here. You just need some sort of easy way to get into the air, so whichever you use, the Shamel or the Rustler, doesn't really matter. The important part is that we can skip like this whole mission, basically. Oops. Watch for the flips as well. And this is extremely trivial. Like, anyone can do this, so I would recommend anyone to learn this trick, even if you're playing casually, because it's a really cool way to skip basically the whole mission. So grab the plane. Usually here we're going to spook a guy and he's going to get in a helicopter. We have to then get in a helicopter and chase him all the way over LV and then kill him at the end. But we can kill him nice and quickly if we know how to prepare, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and fly right next to where he's going to start basically running away on this rock here. I'm going to park my plane because, like, the parking the plane isn't mandatory, but it's just nice to have so we can fly back for the next mission. But if you mess up this landing, it's not a big deal. You can just drive back. It doesn't really matter. Park it like here. It's an awkward landing, but it'll do. And then the guy is actually stood right here, already spawned in. So what you can do is you can grab a rocket, shoot the wall here, you'll kill him immediately, and then grab the briefcase. Mission pass, just like that. Now we can use the plane that we had. And use that to fly back. Getting a sandstorm here, which is not ideal because I can barely see what I'm doing, but hopefully we can get back. So this is the time-gated mission. Ideally, if you're, like, quick enough here and you set the right time of day and stuff, you can start this mission right away. But you have to be between 8 PM and 6 AM, and right now I'm not. But it's not a big deal, because you can just take 10 seconds to save the game at the airstrip, and then you can start the mission. So I really wouldn't worry too much about it, setting time of day and stuff early. What I would do is just do all the missions, get through them, and then save the game right here. This mission is tricky as well, so you can also just use this to make a safety save as well. I'm just going to save until we're at 8 PM. Go. And if we get a call, we'll take it, because this will unlock High Noon, which is the mission that we're going to do next. There we go. Start Black Project. This mission is tricky, especially casually, but you can make it a lot easier with speedrun routes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna grab the armor. If you already have full armor, you can leave that and grab that on the way out. It'll still be there, it's up to you. Doesn't really matter.
I heard that.
There's plenty of opportunities to get armor either way, so don't worry yourself too much. Like, technically, the most optimal thing to do is to leave that armor regardless, because you can get free armor here, and health, basically like a full heal here regardless, but again, it really doesn't matter too much. Here you need to slide, because you can't actually go through here. So here's the armor, and you can also get the minigun. Absolutely pick this up. The minigun is busted, and you can just kill these guys. You can slide through with the AK and just ignore them, but I would recommend killing them because, as you can see, they do a lot of damage. And then if you do take any extra damage, you can just grab the extra armor here. Where is this guy? There he is. You see, he does like half my health there instantly, so would recommend killing them just to be safe. I'm gonna head down this way. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. Here you can just slide through, but I'm going to show you as well, just in case you get messed up and you're in trouble. There is also armor and health here as well that you can use. So you can grab another bit of armor, climb back up. This guy chases you, you can kill him, but obviously usually you'll slide right on through, so he won't be a problem. And then here you just basically pre-fire everyone on the corners. You just headshot them. If your aim's terrible like mine, you'll take a ton of damage. But ideally you don't miss all these guys like I do. There we go, whatever. They're all dead, doesn't matter. And we head this way. This bit is a little convoluted. But there is more armor here on the desk, so just literally infinite health, so just make the most of it. Head here, and then you can kill these guys. You can use the minigun here for this final section because you'll be able to basically shoot everybody. Like, even all the way down here, it'll reach because it has like infinite range. But just make sure that you're fairly conservative with your ammo because you're going to want some of it for the next mission. Sorry, not the next mission. In a couple of missions from now. It'll be very useful and you can skip an entire segment as long as you have the minigun. So, you want to be a bit conservative with the ammo. kill everyone. Once everyone's dead, we'll run down. Alright, everyone's dead. You can sprint on these stairs, again, for some reason, inconsistencies. Either way, once you grab the jetpack, gonna head out. Get shot a little bit here. If you did get shot and the armor is still available, then obviously you can come and grab it, but you should be fine. I'll be there for you. But either way, just fly out and fly to the end. Not really too much to do.
Carl, dude, man.
Hey, here you go. You better stash it somewhere fast.
Far out. Have a nice trip, dude.
Hey, wait a... was it too much to ask to get a lift into town?
So we're going to get on the bike. We're going to use it not just for traversal reasons, but also because it is going to make Green Goo, which is the mission after High Noon, a lot easier because we're going to decrease the accuracy of our enemies. So here, we're just going to hop down, try not to fall off and die. You can go around if you want to. I'm being a bit reckless. And here, we're going to head into the village where High Noon takes place, and we're going to deliberately park our bike like here to make sure it doesn't despawn, and so that we can use it for the next segment as well. Answer the call. That is the Green Goo call, which is the next mission that we're going to do after this. And here, High Noon is like a 2-second mission. Literally sprint over here. Sprint into Pulaski's car like this so that he turns around. Head and hijack him from the passenger side and hold sprint to kill him immediately. And that's it. Mission done. Skip the whole mission.
Not feeling so fucking full of yourself now, huh?
Yeah, well, them's the breaks, fuck.
Any last requests?
Yeah. Can I fuck your sister?
You an asshole to the end. Punk motherfucker.
Nice and easy. You can take the Buffalo here. If you don't have the bike for whatever reason, obviously this is the vehicle of choice, but your bike should be here waiting for you where you parked it. As long as you didn't park it too close, because it might despawn. But you can switch to it. If you don't have the bike for whatever reason, you can still lower their accuracy to make this mission easier. Just take the Buffalo and drive it all the way to the airstrip, and then there is a PCJ next to where we did flight school and stuff, and you can just hop on that, and that will lower their accuracy instead. Instead of starting the mission right away, you would come here. PCJ is there, just enter it, and then get off, and then go and start the mission. Either way, the important part is that these guys with M4s are much less accurate. You fix a bug, and that's great, because this mission is extremely stupid in terms of difficulty with the accuracy bug. Like, they just absolutely annihilate you, so let's make sure that doesn't happen. And aside from that, we're just going to go towards the train. We're going to get a nice vantage point with some cover. We're going to shoot all the bits where the Green Goo can spawn. It always spawns in the same one, which is like the last one that you check in San Andreas classic fashion. Just going to pick it up and jet boost on away. So you want to head towards these buildings here. And this next one after the train station is what you want. Train's going to be coming towards you. Stand on this little slant here, because then obviously you can get a good vantage point, but at the same time they'll struggle to shoot you because they'll shoot the roof instead. You can take a couple other guys if you want while you wait for the next thing to come along, but the crates are the important part. Third one is the one with the Green Goo in it, and then just head down and deal with them, or you can shoot them. It's up to you. Like, you can just run in and grab it, but if you're scared about taking too much damage, then just kill them. be safe. You've got plenty of ammo anyway, so the mission gives you like 3,000 bullets. May as well use them. Grab the Gingu, and then we're just heading back. Nice and easy. It's time for the final 2 missions. This one is where we've been, this next mission, St. Mark's Bistro. You need to take like all of the calls, like be fully caught up with calls to get the correct one. That's the correct one, with Ken saying everything is out to dry, which is great. That's what we want to hear. I'm going to grab the plane here. It is not there. Sometimes happen. It might be because my bike was there, parked like and blocked its spawn point. Either way, you can just head back. You can also just take the bike. It's not that much slower. I'm trying desperately to get this plane to spawn in, so I can show you how you would usually deal with this mission otherwise. But you know what San Andreas spawning is like. There we go. Sometimes the game just refuses to spawn in vehicles. Yeah, the important part is that you've taken all the phone calls so far, because you need to have them all answered before St. Mark's Bistro will unlock. And then we're on to the final 2 missions of Las Venturas. Home stretch. So here we're just gonna basically fling ourselves right into the middle of Las Venturas. But just be careful, because you can hit like, excuse me, you can hit like trees and signs and stuff. So, I'll show you a safe way to do it. You see this is the entrance here. I just fling myself out right here, because there's a big gap where there's no trees, as you can see. And then you can just send off the, plane, let it go and explode a bit while you answer the next call. That's probably just a girlfriend call. It's not even probably mandatory, but answer it anyway. Why not? Just in case it is. Mute the game. Don't want to hear the music. Start this mission. This mission, when you start it, will like despawn like any vehicle you have. So even if you get a fast car, like there was a Comet there waiting for me. Even if I took it, it would get despawned here anyway. So you just gotta start the mission and then hope that you get something half decent. We're not going particularly fast. It's not a big deal if you don't, but a bike is perfect. Getting extremely lucky with those spawns on quite a few bikes today and Sultans and stuff. We just grab anything. It doesn't really matter. We're literally just going to the airport here. Again, there is an armor spawn, which I'll show you, which is not mandatory, but if you are low on armor or not, or like anything except full armor, you may as well pick it up. Because there's going to be quite a lot of combat here, so you want to be on as decent health as possible. You're starting out. It's just over here in this corner. It is. Now again, we're just going to be flying all the way to Liberty City, which is just literally holding W for 2 minutes. And then we do a bit of gunfighting, and then we hold 2 minutes and come all the way back. Don't know why they decided to put this in there. The game is already long enough. It doesn't need more padding. But here we are. So yeah, I'll see you in 2 minutes once we fly over to Liberty City. soon as you gain control here, you're gonna be like fired on immediately, so just be prepared for it. And it's gonna switch to your pistol automatically. I don't know why. Crouch down, kill these guys. A couple of guys with shotguns, so just keep that in mind because they can be quite deadly. You can use the pistol, it's up to you, or you can just switch to your SMG, AK, whatever. Doesn't matter. Once you've killed those, a couple more guys will come up, but again, they're not particularly threatening. The only threatening guys here, really, there are 2 shotgun people behind the bar, like down here. So what I like to do is I like to get my other satchel and just throw it like just over, or stick it to the fucking thing like an idiot. That might still do some damage, it might not. But the idea is that, I don't know why this save only has 1 satchel, usually you'll have several. But the idea is that you throw it over the railing and blow them up, so that you don't have to deal with them. But if for whatever reason you mess it up, I'll just show you the backup. I did kill them. Okay, perfect. Apparently the railing also works. I didn't know that. I assumed it wouldn't, but brilliant. We go through here. Kill these guys. You don't technically have to kill all these people, but it's dangerous to run through, so I'd recommend just killing them. And there's our final guys here. You can use the minigun because they're a bit further away. 1, 2, 3. Mission done. Wait for the fade. And then go all the way back. How exciting.
This is Flight CJ-101 out of Liberty City, requesting final approach to Las Venturas International. Over.
Flight CJ-101, you are clear for landing on runway 3.
Park up, mission will pass. Then we fly over to the 4 Dragons for the last mission. Again, same thing here, you can just bail out, but be careful because there's trees and signs and stuff. So what I do is I head on to like the highway because I know that this is like a big safe area, big little thing here, and just jump out like here. All good. Again, here if you want to be safe, there is armor just across the road. You shouldn't need it, but you know, better be safe than sorry, right? Yep. You can also save your game, make a safety save, whatever. Heal that 1% health that you're missing. Why not? And then, again, hop in, mute the music. The final time, thank God, because this gets really annoying to do. I really should set up a hotkey, but as I say, I don't really take San Andreas speedrunning super seriously. I don't really actively run the game, so this is only like a occasional inconvenience. So this mission, it's very important that when you hop out, you don't want to take a car because you will bug out everyone's accuracy and you will get absolutely destroyed. We're just going to run straight to the roof. And there's a number of tricks that you can do to get onto the roof, like, early. There's a big pause buffer jump that you can do. And there's like a satchel jump and all these other things, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how to get there like the normal way, quote unquote. Because all the tricks to get up there any faster are like difficult, in my opinion, and not really necessary. So instead, what I recommend is just going around the back of the Vinewood sign. Just basically getting up there yourself manually. So we want to go around to the southern side of the mansion, but if we go this way, we can't actually get up. Like, the hill is actually the better way to go. So usually you can, like, satchel jump or whatever up there, but fuck it. Instead, we'll just go this way. Go this way, and go up the ramp up here. And then I'll kill the first round of guys. These guys infinitely respawn, so don't really care about them. But the reason why is just so you don't take too much damage while you get here. And then these guys will just stand and fight forever. You can kill your own teammates just to, you know, make it a bit more peaceful. Because then they'll just chill, as you can see, and shoot you instead. There is armor here if you need it. But, again, not a big deal. So the only way that you can fail this, like, first section, besides, like, you know, dying or something somehow, is letting any of these guys die once they land. So the idea is that once they start, like, getting close to landing, what you want to do is you want to clear out the last group of enemies and then immediately sprint and run to the door. Because that's like basically, you increase the chance as much as possible of them not getting killed. So when they're about to land, kill these guys off. Once they land, as soon as you jump off, if you jump off too early, you'll count as like abandoning them and you'll fail. Then just run to the door as quickly as you can. You can still fail. It is possible for them to die, but yeah, it's just one of those things. So here, I'm going to use the minigun and slide with it all the way through. Minigun sliding is kind of tricky. I do have a video on it if you're interested, but you can't crouch with the minigun. So you can't actually like start a slide with it. What you can do is you can start a slide with the sniper rifle, and then as you go to start sliding, you can switch to the minigun with just an extra input and then start sliding. But as I say, it's kind of difficult to do. There we go. But once you've got it locked in, you can also use the AK if you want to, but the minigun is a bit better. You can see you can absolutely annihilate people. Go through. Go here. I just kill this one guy here. Kill this dude here. So you don't take so much damage. If you were to use the accuracy bug here and take a car, you would get absolutely wrecked and you would have to like slowly fight through each room. But with the accuracy bug not enabled, you can just go through and slide through everything, which is a lot faster. Kill this guy and this guy. This guy's innocent, but he'll block your path, so kill him. Because that is the worst sin for a speedrun, for him to block your path. Two more guys here, one there. One there. As I say, this is what you want to make sure you have enough minigun ammo for. Switch to something that you can sprint with. Not the minigun. I just switched to the fist, because then you're just one input away from switching back to the minigun. And instead of doing this chase sequence, we're going to insta-kill this guy with the minigun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up here. I'm going to jump up here. As I jump up, switch to the minigun, pre-fire, blow him up. Just like that. Skip the fight, and that is Los Venturas done. So you are now in the final segment, which is Return to Los Santos. We won't be doing that this time, we'll be doing it next time. But I'm going to make a save in Mad Dog's Mansion for when that does happen. There we go. That is you done for Las Venturas, so congratulations. And I will see you next time for the final part for Return to Los Santos. Thank you for joining me this far. See you soon.